British seniors are bleeding money on car finance, while perfect SUVs sit ignored on forecourts. Dealers want you on a 5-year trap that costs more than the car is worth. These are 15 SUVs under £6,000 that'll outlast every car on that forecourt. Number 15. The Dacia Duster, 2012 to 2018, £4,500 at the top of the market. Renault engineered, stripped of complexity, and built on a platform shared across millions of vehicles worldwide, which means every weakness was found and fixed long before your example rolled off the line. The 1.6 petrol carries no turbo, no diesel particulate filter, no touchscreen to fail at the wrong moment. Any independent garage in Britain services it from parts they already stock. The seat height clears hip level, the doors pull open wide and stay there. Getting in requires no gymnastics. You sit down, which is what a car should ask of you. The interior is hard plastic. Throughout, it will not crack in sunlight the way soft touch materials do on cars costing 3 times as much. Controls do exactly what they say. Before buying, torch underneath for rust, confirm the timing belt record, check both rear arches before a pound changes hands. The next car carried a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty from the factory, and what that means for used examples right now is worth understanding. Number 14. The Hyundai Tucson Mark 1. 2004 to 2010, £2,000 to £4,000. Hyundai during their most important era, the period when they were so intent on proving themselves that they over-engineered everything. The 2-litre petrol is naturally aspirated, serviced by any independent without specialist equipment. No turbo failure risk, no particulate filter to manage. The seat base sits at hip height for a standing adult. Climate sits where you expect it. Volume is where your hand reaches without looking. The dashboard was designed before manufacturers decided that burying every function in a touchscreen menu represented progress. Common checks. Rear suspension bushes can develop a knock. Inexpensive to fix, useful as a negotiating point. Instrument clusters can fail. Door mechanisms creak, all detectable before money changes hands. Number 13 is documented differently from everything else at this price, because the warranty history forces the paper trail to exist. Number 13. The Hyundai iX35, 2010 to 2015, £3,500 to £4,800. Hyundai's 5-year unlimited mileage warranty means dealers had financial skin in the game on every car they serviced. They could not afford warranty claims from neglected examples, so the service histories on these vehicles tend to be complete, stamped, and genuine, which is rarer than it sounds in this price bracket. The 1.7 CRDI diesel is the engine to prioritize. Documented past 150,000 miles with basic maintenance across thousands of UK private owners. Before buying, confirm the diesel particulate filter has not been removed. A missing DPF means an MOT failure. Check the rear suspension mounts. Test the heated seats on any diesel example you consider. Number 12 is the only genuine 7-seater in this budget, and at this price that is genuinely unusual. Number 12. The Mitsubishi Outlander Mark II, 2006 to 2012, £3,000 to £5,000. 7 seats, not the marketing version where the third row is ornamental, but a configuration where adults can complete reasonable journeys in all 3 rows. The 2.2 diesel is a PSA unit shared with Peugeot and Citroën. Parts are stocked everywhere, understood by every mechanic, priced competitively. The 4-wheel drive system is mechanical and simple. No terrain selector software. Just a transfer case that does what it says. Before buying, underneath corrosion is the critical check. Sills, chassis rails, floor. Verify the timing belt record. A mechanically sound Outlander in a corroded body is a parts donor. A clean body with a documented drivetrain is a 15-year vehicle. Number 11 has the widest door opening in this price bracket. And for any driver managing reduced mobility, that single specification changes everything. Number 11. The Nissan X-Trail T31, 2007 to 2013, £3,000 to £5,500. The rear doors open to 90 degrees, the seat base is elevated. The grab handle is positioned where your hand reaches naturally when you pull yourself to standing. These are not coincidences. They are the consequence of Nissan designing this generation for family loading, which translates directly into ease of access for anyone whose flexibility has reduced. The 2-litre diesel is straightforward and widely supported. Real-world economy in the mid-30s keeps running costs manageable. Before buying, check the diesel particulate filter and test the front suspension for steering vagueness on higher mileage examples. Number 10 proved with a 7-year warranty that engineering confidence is measurable, and the used service histories confirm it. Number 10. The Kia Sportage Mark III, 2010 to 2016, £3,500 to £5,500. The 7-year manufacturer warranty was a contractual commitment that forced Kia's engineers to build vehicles they knew would cost them money if they underperformed. The consequence is a used market full of Sportages with complete dealer-stamped service histories on vehicles 15 years old. That documentation is genuinely valuable, and you should treat it as such. The 1.7 and 2-litre diesels are documented past 1,000 miles with proper maintenance. The dashboard is logical. Controls are where experience suggests they should be. Before buying, timing belt record is non-negotiable. Complete service history from Kia dealers is common enough on this generation that accepting less means you have simply not looked hard enough. Before we reach number 9, here is something the finance industry depends on you not knowing. Every car from this point forward was built before manufacturers decided that the service department should be a profit center. None require proprietary diagnostic tools that only main dealers possess. None lock independent mechanics out of basic functions with software. Every one of them can be maintained by any competent independent garage in Britain at £60 to £80 an hour, not the £150 to £200 that franchise dealerships charge. Across 10 years of ownership, that gap compounds into thousands of pounds. Dealers understand this arithmetic perfectly. It is one of the reasons they would rather put you on finance for something new. Subscribe right now and hit the bell. Every week we publish the analysis that showrooms would prefer you never see. The next 5 vehicles on this list are where the real value lives. Stay with us. Number 9. The Skoda Yeti, 2009 to 2017, £3,500 to £5,500, 26 major automotive awards across 8 years. What car? Best Used SUV, Auto Express Car of the Year. The awards came because the Yeti did something manufacturers treat as incompatible. It was practical, reliable, and pleasant to live with at the same time. The body shape matters for access. The Yeti is tall and square, not raked, not tapered for sportiness. Tall and square means tall door openings. You walk in and sit down. No ducking, no placing your head carefully, no planning the maneuver before you attempt it. Volkswagen Group. Engines in both petrol and diesel form, serviced by any independent from standard parts. A torch in the boot, an ice scraper in the fuel filler cap. Before buying, timing belt record on TDI variants, rear seatback release mechanisms on higher mileage examples. Number 8 wears a premium badge, and for once, the engineering behind it justifies the claim. Number 8. The Volkswagen Tiguan Mark I. 2007 to 2010 petrol models, £4,000 to £6,000, and the build year restriction is not a preference. It is the most important purchasing decision on this entry. Post-2010 Tiguans received the N47 diesel engine, the same unit that generated significant litigation for BMW. The timing chain sits at the rear of the engine, requires full engine removal to access, and produces bills between £3,000 and £6,000 when it fails. Pre-2010 petrol Tigans carry none of that risk. 1.4 and 2-litre petrol engines, straightforward and widely supported. Wide doors, ideal seat height, physical climate dials, steering wheel that adjusts for reach and rake. Before buying, confirm the build date and engine code before you arrange a viewing. A 2007 petrol Tiguan and a 2012 diesel share a badge, and almost nothing else that matters for ownership. Number 7 carries the most independently verified reliability score of any SUV in this budget. Not estimated, not claimed, but measured across thousands of UK owner reports. Number 7. The Mazda CX-5 Mark I. 2012 to 2017, £4,500 to £6,000. The Reliability Index rates it at 94.3 out of 100, aggregated data from real UK owners across real ownership periods. The 2.2 Skyactiv diesel was Mazda's deliberate overbuilding exercise, components rated for heavier vehicles, engine, mounts using triple reinforcement where competitors use one layer, suspension designed with tolerances exceeding what the car's weight requires. The ownership data confirms it worked. The rotary dial on the center console is the senior specific detail that makes this car stand apart from every competitor during this period. Where others installed touchscreens, Mazda kept a dial. You reach down, turn it, navigate without looking away from the road. The doors open to nearly 90 degrees. The boot floor is flat and low. Before buying, diesel particulate filter on diesel versions, clutch on manuals, full documentation. Number 6 offers something no other vehicle in this budget can match: the best outward visibility of any SUV tested in its class. For any driver whose neck rotation has reduced, that is not a preference, it is a safety specification. Number 6. The Subaru Forester, 2008 to 2013, £3,000 to £5,500. The greenhouse is so large and the pillars so thin that you can see everything around the car without turning your head more than fractionally. Consumer Reports and every specialist publication testing visibility for older drivers consistently places the Forester at or near the top of its segment. Symmetrical all-wheel drive is standard on every example, not optional, not an upgrade. The naturally aspirated 2-litre petrol is the engine to target in this generation. No turbo, no particulate filter, no complexity. Before buying, head gasket on pre-2010 examples requires specific inspection. Compression test and a check for emulsion under the oil cap takes 15 minutes and rules out the one meaningful weakness in this engine's track record. Number 5 is the most consistently documented reliability name in the automotive industry, applied to the generation where one specific engine choice makes all the difference. Number 5. The Toyota RAV4, Mark 3, 2006 to 2012, £3,000 to £5,500. The 2-litre petrol VVTi, not the 2.2 D4D diesel. The distinction is documented by Toyota themselves, who extended the diesel's warranty to 9 years due to oil consumption failures, an extraordinary acknowledgement from a manufacturer whose reputation rests on never needing to make that admission. The petrol carries a timing chain, no replacement schedule, no particulate filter, no turbocharger. Consumer Reports, AARP and Edmunds all rank this generation of RAV4 among the 3 easiest SUVs to enter and exit. The seat height is correct. The door opening is wide. 586 litres of boot space with seats up, on a flat floor. The Reliability Index records a fault rate of 5% across surveyed UK examples. Before buying, petrol models only. Full service history, rear arch corrosion check. Number 4 changed how the entire UK market thought about Korean engineering, and the warranty record on used examples is something no German manufacturer can currently offer at this price. Number 4. The Kia Sorento Mark II, 2009 to 2014. £3,500 to £5,500. 7 seats that fit adults, a timing chain diesel that carries no replacement schedule, and dealer-stamped service histories on vehicles 15 years old, because Kia's 7-year warranty created a commercial incentive for dealers to maintain these cars properly for 7 consecutive years. That incentive produced documentation that follows these vehicles into the used market and represents something you cannot fabricate after the fact. The R-Series 2.2 CRDI is the specification that matters. Timing chain, no belt service, no surprise cost at 40,000 miles. Insurance between Group 20 and 27 for a full-size 7-seat SUV, competitive against vehicles half its size. Before buying, complete service history, 3rd-row seat mechanism check, listen for timing chain rattle at idle on high-mileage examples. Number 3 was built by a country that mandated the world's highest vehicle safety standards before any other nation had begun the conversation. And that national obsession with not getting hurt is present in every component. Number 3. The Volvo XC60 Mark 1. 2008 to 2016, £4,000 to £6,000. The first production vehicle in the world to feature autonomous emergency braking as standard equipment, activating before 30 km per hour without any driver input. At the speeds where most incidents involving senior drivers occur, the XC60 brakes before you have registered that braking is required. Standard equipment, not optional, not an upgrade. Driver power surveys ranked the XC60 33rd out of 150 cars assessed, with seat comfort scoring 8th overall out of every vehicle tested. The front seats in a well-specified XC60 remain comfortable across hours of motorway driving, not 30 minutes before your back begins to object. Before buying, air suspension requires specific inspection on equipped variants. D5 diesel automatic gearbox service history is non-negotiable documentation. Number 2 costs a fraction of what its original owner paid. And the engine underneath carries 200,000 miles of documented UK private ownership history. Number 2, the Lexus RX300 Mark 1, 1998 to 2003, £2,000 to £4,000. The badge says Lexus. The engine is Toyota's 1M-ZFE 3-litre V6, one of the most documented high-mileage petrol units in British private ownership. UK forums record examples at 200,000 miles on oil changes, filters and spark plugs alone. The original buyer paid over £20,000. You are acquiring the car they paid for at a fraction of that cost. It is the quietest vehicle on this list. The cabin insulation was engineered to compete with Mercedes and BMW for refinement in the late 1990s. On a motorway at any legal speed, the noise level inside an RX300 is closer to a luxury saloon than to any SUV produced in the same era. Heated seats, climate control, cruise control, standard on most UK examples. One service cannot be deferred: the automatic gearbox fluid change. £100 at any independent specialist. Miss it and the gearbox fails. £3,000 to £5,000 to replace. Pay it before anything else. Document it. Subscribe right now. Number 1 is the vehicle that Consumer Reports, US News, and the UK Reliability Index all place at the top of the same category simultaneously. It has the most accessible entry point of any SUV independently tested in its class. It has the lowest average annual repair costs measured in its segment. Do not miss it. Number 1. The Honda CR-V Mark 3, 2006 to 2012, £3,500 to £5,500. 3 independent sources. 1 conclusion. The seat base sits at precisely hip height for a standing adult. The door opens to 90 degrees. You sit sideways as you would on a dining chair and swivel your legs in. When you exit, you reverse the process. No crouching, no effort, no moment of uncertainty about whether you will manage it comfortably. You simply get in and get out, which is what a car should allow without negotiation, at 60 and at 70 and at 80. The 2.2i DTEC diesel uses a timing chain. No replacement schedule, no unannounced service bill. The engine was designed with mechanical tolerances so generous that it barely works hard in normal driving, which is why UK ownership records document 200,000 miles with basic maintenance as routine rather than exceptional. The Reliability Index measured average annual repair costs for this generation at £47. Not 470, 47. The lowest average repair cost of any SUV in its class during the measurement period. 589 litres of boot space on a flat floor. Rear seats that fold completely flat. Room for the shopping, the dog, the grandchildren's equipment, and the luggage for a fortnight away. Simultaneously, without planning, without compromise. Before buying, confirm the diesel particulate filter is present. Check the rear wheel arches specifically. Corrosion develops from inside outward on UK examples. A torch in 15 minutes confirms or rules out the one meaningful risk on an otherwise exceptional vehicle. The dealers who steered you past the CR-V knew what it was. Now you do too. Here is what every smart buyer does before any money changes hands. Target automatics wherever the option exists. Your knees will not miss the clutch. Demand complete. Service history as a condition, not a preference. Walk away without it every time, regardless of how convincing the seller sounds. Arrange an independent inspection before committing on every vehicle on this list. Body condition is the difference between a long-term machine and an expensive mistake. Then run the real numbers. £5,000 to buy, £500 insurance, £400 to maintain, £5,900 in year one, against a new £30,000 SUV losing between £12,000 and £18,000 in depreciation before a single recall letter arrives. The drivers who found these vehicles years ago have been quietly right ever since. Every one of them is still available. Everyone is still within reach. Go and take it.